Talking about doing a video right after Joe Burrow gets picked #1 overall by the Bengals. Voiced over by Jamarcus Russell, LSU's last #1 pick. That would be a really cool tie-in and connect with a lot of our history, but also be a really strong voice for it. You know how there was like the number swap in the Jamar video?
Yeah.
That same concept, except like times 10, where its helmet changes and you pan behind him and it switches from a LSU uniform to a complete Bengals uniform. And
yeah, that'd be sick.
And then I think, you know, the last shot could be him raising the college football playoff trophy, and then it switches to the Lombardi trophy or something.
Oh my God. That would be unbelievable. That would be unbelievable if you could do that.
It's now Tuesday, April 14th. I did my first test yesterday of the jersey swap. It went well. Took a long time. That first shot, having that wow factor of going to a black jersey. I think the best way to proceed, I'm gonna go ahead and edit all of the highlight section, make sure that's locked, and then do the jersey swaps after that's cut. That way I'm not wasting any time if there's an extra second on the end of a shot or anything like that, where that would add hours to the swapping process. So just making sure that everything is locked before I go ahead and do the swap, because it is so time consuming. 9 days till the draft. So I just went ahead and picked a bunch of clips that I want to edit off of. Kind of what I was looking for was stuff that stays a lot of in the same perspective. For example, if he's spinning, that's going to make it a lot more difficult than something, say, if he's facing this way at the start, then he stays facing this way, versus kind of spinning. The other thing I was looking for was any places I can use as transitions, so people going in front of the camera, that sort of thing. People going just in front of Joe, so I can transition his uniform off of them. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take all these clips, start cutting them to the music, and I'll probably have to fill in a couple gaps, bring in some more actual highlights to fill in the pieces in between the shots. I have the rough edit of that highlight section done. I'm gonna start working on the transitions between those and the jersey swaps, and really it's time to just hunker down and make the effects. I got the finalized script from Cody. It's fantastic. Let me read it to you. When you're first, everything changes. The limelight, the expectations, the target on your back, it all gets bigger. Going first takes courage. You forge your own path, you control your own fate. The crown is heavy because it's fit for a king. Once you go first, there's no going back. But if you're worthy of the calling, you wouldn't have it any other way. It becomes part of you, because once you put on that jersey, it stays with you forever.
No, it's starting to look pretty sick.
I just want to pause and go over a couple things that I've kind of figured out going through this process. First of all, being levels. Levels is how I've done a lot of the color changes from white to black, cranking the levels and messing with those till it looks right. But it's also how I've turned some of the white colors towards more of a gray, that I can use them in an overlay with the orange. What that does is it allows the texture to be on top of the color rather than just having it look like a blocky shape. I've also found that adding a little stroke with a drop shadow around some of the The shapes almost looks like a seam. It's so small that it definitely doesn't have the detail of a seam, but it just breaks it up a little bit so it's not just a harsh line where the two colors meet. Officially draft day. One thing that I did to make the export process a little faster is I actually have everything rendered except for the two little portions where it actually shows the pick. That'll make render times really fast. It only takes about a minute to render the entire thing. No, you gotta go, girl. Each of the shots that had a jersey swap in it took about, I think the longest was 12 hours and the shortest for a jersey swap was about 5 or 6, so it really added up. I'm just excited. Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU. Clipping started. Five, four, three, two, one, done. Oh, there we go, done. Uploading, gonna double check it real quick. Good to go. That's a wrap. It's about to get tweeted.
When you're first, everything changes. The limelight, the expectations, the target on your back, it all gets bigger.
With the first pick in the 2020 draft.
Going first takes courage. You forge your own path, you control your own fate. The crown is heavy because it's fit for a king.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
Once you go first, there's no going back. But if you're worthy of the call, you wouldn't want it no other way. It becomes a part of you. Because once you put that jersey on, it stays with you forever.
Never change on my game, I'm
Joe Burrow does not miss
come running money out with me.
Forget that. We're here to win. We're here to play for championships.
Joe
Burrow is the best player in college football.
Never change on my game, I'm stuck with my
Really one of the greatest in the history of college football.
yeah.
Chase, and he somehow escapes again. Joe Burrow, he's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
Trust me, this isn't the end, Joe. It's just the beginning.
Well, it's done. 70 some hours I have into it. At least he got picked.